Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Rob from Burgle Bullies. Man, what a roller coaster. Tomorrow, if she don't go in the labor tonight, tomorrow I have an 8 o'clock appointment. More than likely, if she's ready, we'll do the C-section. But this is why I'm making the video on you have to be on point between taking temperatures, at least doing a reverse pedestrian test. Somewhere within the time frame of between you and your vet making a good decision of when a good time to do that is, because you have to be on point. If not, with a vet, some vets will go off the first AI or first breeding. Okay, well, if you're someone who did 2 to 3 AIs, that first breeding might not have been the one that took. It has to be when she hit ovulation, when she was completely ovulated for her to get pregnant. So that first AI might not have been the time frame. The second AI might have been the right time frame. That third AI might have been even a better time frame. So now you got the first one where they say that the semen can stay alive in the female for a little while. I don't know how true that is. That's something I can't give my word and say, well, yeah, that's true, because I don't know. I don't know how long it stays alive when it's in the female. But if, just say for the second round that you did your second AI could have been more to full-blown ovulation, that where the second one took not so much the first. Now, if they're still alive, maybe some swam up and helped you out. And then say the third was even further along and you were able to get more from the previous 2 to take and fertilize the eggs and your female. So with that being said, you have to find a good vet that, and it's hard to find. It is. I have, like I said, numerous vets I can't rely on that aren't there for me, like my one guy who does takes care of me and does my C-sections and vet shots and all that stuff. And then I have another guy that do my ear cropping. I have another 3 guys pretty close and local for shots, or price too. Price has a difference. Sometimes it's worth taking the drive, a further drive, and getting a better price than somebody close. Everything comes into a fact and manner. But I don't want to get off subject, because I already am. I'm already heading down that road. I'm going to start talking about vets and all this and what I go for them for. But this is somewhat of a chart. It's not completely 100% professional like I would like. I'm hoping you can see it pretty good. But this is kind of track of why it's very, very good to do a reverse pedestrian. Now, a regular pedestrian is, her numbers are increasing and rising for ovulation. That will tell you when to do the breeding. Once you hit a certain number, that it will tell you it's time to go. I'm not going to go that deep into the pedestrian levels and breeding. I'm doing reverse pedestrian is what I'm talking about, because that's where I'm at right now. Reverse pedestrian is once the numbers increase for ovulation. Once your dog is and female is pregnant, your reverse pedestrian, the levels that rise for the breeding, now she's pregnant, her levels are going to start to drop. The lower the number, the closer of labor and puppies being born, the lower it gets. So this is why it's very, very good to have a vet that will work with you, and not a vet that is just there to do a job. And some vets will say, well, this was your first AI and breeding day, we'll go off this day on a C-section. Well, your pups might not be ready, and you're cutting the pups out way too early. Your pups' lungs haven't developed. It's one of the last stages. It's not ready to breathe in oxygen because of the amniotic fluid, and It's just not mature and grown and big and girthy and healthy. The longer you wait for the labor to do a C-section, the better you are off. 100 times better. The puppies are going to be bigger. They're going to be prepared. They're going to be ready. They're already coming into the world, and mom was already going to have them. So with this is kind of why I say it's very important. This is how much Mira is jumping and fluctuating on me, of why I said a roller coaster. So day 56. Day 56 is way too early to even think of a C-section, but it's awesome to start taking her temperature. See where the temperature's at, because you're going to start seeing the temperature change and fluctuate. That's going to give you a clear sign of you're getting closer, or things are still looking good. So like, day 56, she was like 102 to 100. And then day 57, she was like 101 to 99. Day 58. Day 58 was the PG, the reverse pedestrian. Her numbers on the test, so the PG test, was 5.2. Okay? Some vets say you're safe to do it at 5. To me, that's still kind of high. Even in my vet's eyes. Not ready. Some vets say 3 and under. Some people are okay with 3 and under. To me, if it absolutely has to be, a 3 and under, I would rather try to push it out another day or two. That's just me. That's my preference. If I absolutely have to, I'd love to hit it on like a low 2 to a 1. That's what I prefer 100%. From there, this is why. Okay, so she's at a 2.5, and she was at 100 point, 1, 2 to 100 to 99, fluctuating back and forth on her temperature. This is temperature. Okay, so check this out. Day 59, she hit 98. Normally when your dog's temperature hits 98, 97's full blown going into labor. So I was super close to her going to full blown labor off that 98 reading. I've had to call my vet and tell him, hey, original plan on Monday morning at 8 o'clock, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen sooner. Well, from there he said, okay, bring her in the next morning, which would have been this morning, and meet me there at 9 o'clock. Now, today's his day off. Keep that in mind. Today's his day off. He was going above and beyond for me today, bringing her in. I said, okay, sounds great. He said, if anything changes in the middle of the night, call me or during the day and let me know. So throughout the day, from 98 here, I'm thinking she's going to go in full-blown labor into the nighttime, or later that day. I thought it was going to be, within, a couple hours to 24-hour time frame. And then it went to a 99. From a 98 back up to a 99. Just like that. After I was getting closer to 97, thinking it was going to be labor. So, and that was, day 59. So, today, day 60. Day 60, I kept an eye with her. I had shit sleep. Any noise, anytime she got up, it woke me up. Just because, I'm on high alert. Day 60. So from day 60, if I brought her in this morning, it would have been too soon and too early by going off that 98, thinking that, she's going to be closer to giving birth. Day 60 would have been too early. Her temp, when I kept taking it and checking it, and this is fluent, me doing it fluently. She was at 99.6 to 100 to 101. So just like that. Any other vet might have said, okay, well, this is my day off, and this was your first AI date. We're going to schedule a C-section this date for his benefit because he doesn't want to go in on his day off, or because he thought that was best. More than likely, I would have lost puppies. doing it that way because we're doing it way too soon. They're not fully developed of where they need to be for birth. That's why it's crucial to do temperatures, keep track. And then I had a lot better, more professional, but my son decided to erase it. He thought I was done with it. Yeah, which he never plays with it. It hangs on the fridge for notes, but that is what I was using it for. So yeah, it's very, very important to keep track of all your stuff, because just like that, it can change on what you thought was going to be or what you predicted was going to be, and it wasn't. The closer you are to having full-blown labor to do the C-section and hit it at the right perfect timing is very, very important for success and healthy and big, thick, pups, and more closer to a natural birth. Because once your temperature hits 97, if you have someone to call on a vet and say, hey, it's go time, it's 97, she's full-blown labor, she's panting, she's breathing heavy, and you'll see signs of nesting and all that, which she's already there. That's why I thought we were getting closer, and especially when I hit that 98. But just like that, it went back up. So it's not, she's not ready. Yeah, and like I said, the pedestrian levels and tests and numbers, very important. I normally do a one-time shot, and we go from there, and I keep track of temperatures nonstop. I'm on it. And the way she acts, I keep an eye. I don't leave her side. I did leave her side just today. I had to let Grimlock and a couple dogs out, but I'm going back in, and Wendy's in there with her. So yeah, always have a second pair of eyes when you can't be there, when you're in this close stage of it can happen and go down. See what happens through the night. I'll be on edge again with my sleep and be pretty restless, but tomorrow morning should be the go. She should start dilating pretty soon, and it should be go time. We'll probably do another reverse PG just to double check. But he's so good, he can actually tell if she's dilating with his hand and everything, and plus temperature. Yeah, if 97 hits, like I said, and it might be, tonight, it might be tomorrow. Don't know 100%. Like I said, it can go up and down and be a roller coaster and fluctuate, and that's why it's very important to keep track of what's happening, because you jump the gun and you do it too soon, it's going to be bad, not a good outcome. So weak pups, non-healthy pups, not ready pups is not a good thing. More than likely you're going to lose them. That's why you hear some litters where they come out, they're fine. Within that 24 hours to 48 hours, all of a sudden they just start falling and basically not being alive no more. Fallen puppy syndrome or something like that is what they call it. That's kind of what happens, from what I hear. My opinion is they're doing it way too soon. The development's not ready, and they're not strong enough to stay alive, and that's why they start passing on you. And then also keeping track of the temps, because if you wait too long and you don't have a good vet to call, and it happens in the middle of the night on you, and you're going to have to run and do an emergency at